Ta-da!
So much room for activities.
Let's. And if you would like to do, we'll do a little mini tour here. This gray area here was our main actor hallway, where the actors got to all their spots. On this side over here was Infernal. You may or may not recognize some of the floor spots. Ooh, again, actor hallway. Infernal. And then, when you get back to this corner, you can see where Rogue Laser Grounds was, the lower half of the arena. Here's where you collected your guns. And this was the lower arena where you played. Wild. And again, main actor hallway up to the middle. So exciting. But yeah, so this is what ScareHouse looks like without any haunts in it.
And this is, well, I guess I would say this is what the left side, not even half, the left 60% of 50% of ScareHouse looks like.
Yeah.
Without a halt. And hi everybody, this is Scott on this end. And so let me back up if I can. So I was the first one of the ScareHouse crew in this building back in March 2007. And I'll try to find some photos, but when I came in this building way back then, this would have been the big ballroom where the Elks did their activities. Next to that door over there was the bandstand, and this was all a big open ballroom, dance hall, etc. This dividing wall here we put up ourselves, but it is actually very close to a wall that was here that divided the space. And on the other side of this wall, we'll show you that area in a minute, was where the big giant bar was. Bar.
So we're going to head up this way and we'll show you what used to be Nocturnia and the upper level of Rogue Laser Grounds. I know, everybody's going to miss the building. We're going to miss it too. But yeah, so if you didn't know, ScareHouse is moving out of Etna to a new location. Not released yet. No, we're not going to tell you. As much as we love you all, we're not going to tell you where it's at. But we will be back in 2020 because it's going to take us a little while to bring you the show that we want to bring you.
I was going to say, yes.
Flipping plans for 2020.
Just the process of leaving this building has taken a very long time. Months and months and many, many, many dumpsters.
I do have to, because I told him it would be part of the tour, the walking taco is still here. That was a question we got, was whether or not the walking taco was still well. But this was Nocturnia in the upper level of Rogue Laser Grounds. You can see there's a beautiful brick wall. If you look on the floor here, you can see where the splatter room was. And before that, there was something with a spider.
Yes. So I can, I've been doing this for a while with my dead flashlight. Sorry, everybody. It is wild for me to be back here because this space has been so many different haunts. It was part of Screamatorium, it was part of Rampage, it was part of Delirium. The Walking Tacos thing, at one point, the entrance to Delirium was in this back corner here, and we made it look like you were actually outside waiting to get into a club. Some of you might remember we had like a fire escape, and this was graffiti on the wall, and this was a reference to, for a few years, there was actually a fundraiser outside where they were selling food, and one of the popular items were, I should say, walking tacos. And here's, of course, this is also what's fun too. You'll see weird mixes of, on the left is Rogue Laser Grounds, and then here's a little piece of Creepo's Christmas still left over.
Amazing. Yeah. So this was most recently Rogue Laser Grounds, second level, and then we'll go over this way.
You might have to turn those lights. Do you know where the light switches are?
Okay.
Stand by, dramatic. While Dutters turns on the light, let's take this from another angle. This, you know what? I'll take you guys all the way up. This was, so when the Elks were in here, this was the actual backstage This will make more sense in a few minutes. So what we're on is an elevated floor, and this was the stage, I'm saying backstage, the backstage / stage area that faced out into the main audience. But then that was taken over when the Elks turned all this into, this was also part of our 3D haunts. This was actually part of their members only room where they had pool tables, and we had actually tried to maintain some of the lights. So this always cracks me up when you guys were going through here. It's the 3D haunts as Forsaken. I'm not Forsaken. It's been a long couple weeks. As Nocturnia, we tried as best we could to try to keep some of these original Etna light fixtures and stuff and just pull them out of the sight lines. But this was the first part of Nocturnia.
And previously to this was the barn of Forsaken. You would come up here, and there was the hayloft, and you kind of zigzag through a maze. But yeah, you can see the original stage floor up here, which is pretty cool. Fancy floor. And then now you can see where the 3D elements were. There were footprints and ha-has and
yeah,
footprints and ha-has.
So I think we've done this before, but I'm gonna go all the way up just to show the cool areas you don't normally get to see. And by the way, to be clear, this is it for us, Dudders. We're doing this ScareHouse Live is just about the last thing we're doing in this building. So
yep.
Spooky stairs lit by flashlight. So I think we've shown this before in a few videos, not a lot. This was not open to the public, but you could see at one time this was a huge theater. You know, that thing, not a theater major, was where the curtains and things up all the way back there. I would zoom in if I could. There's an old-fashioned rigging thing where you pull the big levers and stuff and roll it all down. But this is the big windows that face out on Butler Street. Again, at one point, many, many years ago, giant scary catwalk. I've been up there. Do not recommend. At one point, this was a massive theater. Then the Elks would have enclosed it for their members-only stuff. This whole area back here, crazy haunted. We have all, in our own way, said goodbye to the various ghosts. And asking, one of the questions on here, we're not sure what the owners have planned for the building. New tenants move in on Monday.
Hey, we're back. And no, sorry, we are not giving any clues to the new location. Ta-da! Unfortunately. So we're going to head downstairs. And this is when it was the summoning, was one of our most iconic rooms. This was the theater when we had the summoning. The opera boxes were up high, up here. It's very echoey now. There's nothing in this room.
Last year it would have been the food truck roundup for the end of Pittsburgh Zombies reanimated. But yeah, this was the
theater.
theater.
You can still see where the symbols of the Arcana hung above us.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah, so back when this was Hall of Nightmares and Forsaken, this was all a creepy basement. Then it became that sort of glorious theater. And again, I apologize, it's a little underlit because the flashlight, not unlike the person holding it, is really running low on energy. But yeah, this was the theater set you see in all the videos with the opera boxes and all the stuff on stage.
And now, let's go see another big, wide open area. This was Pittsburgh Zombies last year. You'll know it's ginormously open. You'll notice if you look at the floor, there's a few different rooms. If you came through here during the Sunset Lodge, this was the kids' room here. You'll see the circles over there. That was the honeymoon suite.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, so you walked through here, and then you went through the bathroom, and then you came out on the other side, and you had the big guy in the hot tub here.
Yep.
So it's very much a big open space, but there's a lot of things in the space. It feels so small.
Yeah.
This was the floor from the Sunset Lodge. Here is something fun. We have, behind that wall was if you remember the summoning, we had the Great One, and blessed are the little ones who gave themselves to the Great One. We still have some of that. On the walls. And then we had the hallway of doors. And then this
Yeah,
used to be the room
that would have
door.
been right there.
How are the negotiations going to persuade all the ghosts to come with you to the new location?
Yeah.
We totally, I don't know. But we are totally going to miss our little friends here, though. It's been pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the Elks Club, there was a bar that stretched the whole way down on this right-hand side.
Yeah, actually, right where I am is basically the start of the bar that went all the way down there. And for me, who's obviously been here since the beginning, it's been very strange to be sort of, if I can nerd out for a second, the phrase being unstuck in time, and to go, okay, this is where the house was in Hall of Nightmares. This is where the honeymoon suite was in Sunset Lodge. And then especially on this left side where there was the original Screamatorium, then Rampage, Pittsburgh Zombies, Krampus, Infernal.
Yeah, so this is, again, main actor hallway. We're going to go out into the lobby area. This was one of the areas in Infernal where you walk through.
This is the area that was full
wait,
of...
let's go to the forest.
Yes.
Do you remember the forest?
This is the area that was full of all the animal skulls and weird occult items.
And now we're in the forest, which is no longer full of trees, obviously. But yeah, this was the forest, and then you went out the exit right over there. It's pretty wild. Let's go back out the hallway. Should we do actor area?
Sure.
Now we're walking past some of the other crew. There's design manager Nicole. Badass Nina, our tech guy. And Wade.
Hello.
We're gonna go upstairs. If you've never been on a behind the scenes tour, this is where the actors go to get ready each night. They come up these stairs. These stairs are awful at the end of the night because your legs are just flippin' dragging. Work out.
I can say that after moving all the stuff out of this building, all of us are in the best shape we've probably ever been in our lives. We're all really tired.
Yeah, this was our actor area. This is where the actors would come in. You would find out your roles here. You would go get your costume, get in line for makeup, and we'd have our meetings here. That is the original fireplace from the building, which is really cool. We did not do anything with that. It's so echoey.
It is. It looks like we forgot to get one last black light bulb.
Oh, we got that guy up.
I think it's going to
One more
stay.
thing. One more thing.
I think it's going to stay there because I had an incident with a black light bulb, and well, I'm not permitted to touch them anymore. So.
The theme of the move out has been one more thing. One more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because we keep finding one more thing. One more thing. But yeah, this was our actor area. And across the hall was our bathroom. Well, here, so you can get.
So I'm going to go all the way back to get this super wide shot.
And across the hallway was our men's room. It's a little bit more boring than it was before. But yeah, this was one of the original Elks rooms for the meetings.
Mm-hmm. Another paranormal hotspot.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes seeing weird faces up in that little weird thing right there.
Books have fallen over in here.
Mm-hmm.
So weird with all these so empty.
Yes.
Now, do we want to show the basement?
Oh, sure.
All right, so Scott's going to talk a little bit about ScareHouse while I run downstairs and turn the lights for the basement. Because if you've ever been on a behind-the-scenes tour, you've heard me say that there was an original duck pin bowling alley in the basement.
Yeah.
So now you actually get to see it.
See it? Yeah, rare. Yeah, we've rarely shown that off. Here, one last thing. This is staying in the building. We've been very respectful of, there's a lot of cool stuff that was in this building when we came here, and we're leaving it behind. Like this awesome, and in no way disturbing and weird, Elks portrait. But yeah, when we were here, we really tried to use as much of the atmosphere and real stuff as we could. And then in interest of out of respect for the Etna Elks and also the spirits that have taken such good care of us and watched over us, we believe in leaving that stuff behind. So, this is the last look upstairs. Oh, that's dramatic. Nito and I were talking just earlier. We will probably try to post at some point some of the data of just how many truckloads, how many dumpsters, how much stuff was in this building. There was a lot. much. All right. No.
No, put that way.
Everyone is camera shy.
Yes.
Great, let's go to the basement. So, this was where you would come out of the basement each night.
13 steps, as has been brought to my attention.
Creepy. And ready for the big reveal? Ta-da!
The basement. It was a duck pin bowling alley the whole time.
Unmask it.
Yes. So, I think I've mentioned this before in the podcast and things. This whole space down here was one of the things that really fascinated me when we first came down here into this building, but trying to figure out what do we do with this weird space under the main haunt because of code and safety things. You can only have so many people down here, and it took our core team a couple years to really start experimenting and eventually create the basement. But the basement existed within this duck pin bowling alley, and was one of the first things we took out because, as we've mentioned earlier, the basement will be open this year, and the basement will be in a new location. So no ScareHouse this year, but there will be a ScareHouse basement in a new and exciting location.
Ta-da. With no duck pin bowling.
With no duck pin bowling.
Sorry, friends.
And no, you can see the floor here. I may have done this before.
Ooh, swimming pool.
Yeah, there was a swimming pool down here. Hence, I tell you, the history of this building, just like a lot of great Pittsburgh buildings, was weird. But you can actually see 3 feet deep. So at some point with the Elks, they had the duck pin bowling alley over there, and this was a swimming pool that at some point the Elks were doing so great at duck pin bowling that they turned this into a duck pin bowling alley. Then the Elks left, these crazy ScareHouse people came in, and then 7 years ago, we were using this for ScareHouse Secrets, and then 6 years ago, our core team came up with the basement concept. We did actually use a lot of the real rooms back over here. In fact, there's a really crazy reveal. Most of the time, if you came through the basement, you'd enter that room, you'd be walking this way,
Usually hooded. Well,
Usually
at least
hooded.
last time. At least last time you were hooded.
Yeah. Then you would go into that room and come out and go through sets here on the left. Again, the beauty of the basement was that we were using actual existing space augmented by sets and stuff we were building. And what I love about our new space for the basement is it is similarly atmospheric and allows us to sort of use some existing stuff and just augment it with the cool scenic that we do.
Look at this.
I've been told that the turning, Marianne has said that the turning off of the lights is very upsetting and dramatic. So,
We're here to be upsetting and dramatic.
yep. Dramatic. That is dramatic.
We're gonna head back upstairs. So that is the ScareHouse. Well, what was this? Well, at least the ScareHouse in this location. Yeah. Birds are singing outside. It's very
Yes.
friendly and nice.
Yeah, there's an outside. Did you know that? Because we haven't seen it in
No.
5-6 weeks.
Quite some time now. Oh gosh. So just kind of a recap, because I know a few of you were just kind of thrown off by this whole thing. We announced recently that ScareHouse is moving. We're moving to a new location. No, I will not tell you. No, I will not give you a clue. I love you all, but no. Eventually you'll find out. Eventually we'll probably give you clues because we like to do things like that. We're fun and sneaky. It's fun for us. So ScareHouse is moving to a new location because we've outgrown our location here. As much as we love this building, we have just totally outgrown it, and we need more room for Nino's stuff. Nino's animatronics need a bigger area.
And I don't mean to interrupt, but
You're
Nicole also needed more space for all her dolls. She's a big fan of creepy dolls.
And bones.
And bones.
I promised you I wouldn't swear. Don't push me, Simmons.
We have a lot of dolls and bones. So that's your first teaser. That's dolls and bones. She's gonna murder you.
Yep.
So in 2020, we will have a new ScareHouse location. I can tell you ScareHouse is not going away this year in regards to us still being around. We still will be involved with things in the community. We have some things already planned out. We're working with some different groups in town. It's pretty exciting. We're excited. But ScareHouse, the actual haunted house, will be back in 2020 when we have the space and the time to give you the show that we just want to give you. And we're super excited about it. We're just dying here to get into it. This is, we're not good movers. We're all, I don't even want to show you all the batters and bruises we all have at this point. But yeah.
I stuck glass in my head.
Yeah, he did. We weren't even wrestling. But yeah, so ScareHouse returns, the haunted house in 2020. Keep an eye on this page. We will be doing more things here. We are planning on doing some more haunted house visits as a group because heck, we can do it and we're super excited about it. So we may do some lives from those locations. We may do lives for other things too, just to kind of say hey to you guys because we miss you and we can't tell you how much we've appreciated the outpouring of support over this because this has been hard. This has been heartbreaking for our team, our cast and crew because this is big for us and we know it's not the building, we know it's our family and our family will go to where we go next and we're so excited to bring our cast and crew on top of our fans this huge thing. So we're super excited making Nino do things in the off season. Yeah, it's just if you walk into my seat or walking around, I'm just gonna keep talking about Nino.
I have to work on my sneakiness.
I know he's not very sneaky. But yeah, just a reminder, the basement will be open in 2019, later this fall. We will be announcing that. That'll probably be our next big announcement, will be the location of the new basement attraction. So look for that. Keep following our Facebook page. Like I said, we'll be putting things there. We also have a group. If you go on our Facebook page, it says join group, join our little group. It's kind of like an intimate behind the scenes group. And we answer a lot of questions if you want to post questions in there. If you just want to post fun things and that kind of stuff. And I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I hate this. Oh, our cast is so sad. I hate this mom, Chelsea. We're haunt moms to a lot and haunt papas. A lot of our casting crew. But yeah, this is us leaving Etna. But
Yeah.
not us going away. You're
No.
stuck with us.
No.
Whether you like it or not, you're stuck with us, people.
Yes.
We
Absolutely.
enjoy this too much. Yeah. Oh, we're all sad.
We're all sad.
This is rough. This
Yeah.
is really rough, and this is all gonna hit us very, very soon because
Yeah.
we've been in such go moments. And,
Yeah. To wake up Monday and go, oh, we got, oh.
Oh, we don't have it.
Mm.
Day off.
Sleep in.
I'm good with that.
Kill wounds.
Somebody say day off? Bye.
Well, Scott, do you have anything else?
I think you said it very well. I mean, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process. In some ways, it's actually been helpful that these last few weeks have been so exhausting because we haven't had a chance to really sit and process and go, well, I can't say what I'm thinking because that is harsh language. But yeah, it's been an incredible run here in these 12 years. And I'm very thrilled and excited to see what's going to happen in our new home in the next chapter.
Yeah.
But, this phase of ScareHouse, we're all very grateful for and cannot believe all the stuff that happened here. I could go through all it again, but, I've been walking through there going, oh, there's where Guillermo del Toro said this. So here's where Elijah Wood did that. Here's where, a lot of us have had huge personal life changes, made new friends, made all the stuff. It's all a lot. And now it's a big empty space, and hopefully the next people who come in here will feel the same spirit that we felt while we were here. Because this building and the ghost inside took very, very good care of us, and we appreciate that very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and thank you so much because without you guys, there wouldn't be a ScareHouse. And thank you. Just thank you. We love you guys.
All right.
Bye. See you soon.